If you've been following along with our field trip so far, you will remember that we started over here in the western Piedmont, specifically at Toadier Creek Reservoir here, and we saw the phyllites, the low-grade metamorphic rocks of the western Piedmont. We looked at a diabase dike in that area. We looked at some gravel river terraces, and then we looked at the edge of the Scottsville Triassic Basin, where we saw some conglomerate and some red sandstone. And now we're heading down Route 6, crossing the Piedmont, and near a place called Central Plains, we cross this big fault system, the Chapawamsik fault system. There's nothing to see there. It's just a bunch of fields and forests, but we cross over and we cross into the Chapawamsik terrain. Our next stop is going to be within the Chapawamsik terrain, an area that on the geologic map of Virginia is mapped as being between two bodies of granite, this Columbia Pluton here on the east and this Carysbrook Pluton here on the west. So let's see what the rocks look like at that spot between those two granites. I'm in a little creek bed on the west side of the Rivanna River. This is actually a tributary of the Rivanna River. I don't think this creek has a name, but I'm right along Route 6 between Fork Union and Columbia, Virginia. And what we see in this creek is two different kinds of rocks. On the left over there's by my rock hammer is a black rock, a foliated rock. It's got pretty good layering in it. We call that amphibolite. And then over to the right here, we have some ledges of light gray rock that contains quartz and feldspar and some biotite mica. This is the Columbia granite. Here's a closer look at some of this layered black rock that we call amphibolite. You can see it's got quite a good foliation to it, a good metamorphic layering. And if we pull out our pocket transit here and take a strike on that, you can see the white tip of the arrow is pointing north. So the strike on this rock is almost due north, and the dip is off to the east. And the rock type itself, here's a piece from the creek. You can see it's a black rock with white specks in it, and you can see that those white specks help define the layering in that rock. Those are layers of quartz and feldspar, the white, in between the more black layers, which are primarily an amphibole mineral called hornblende. We're going to break this rock and see what the inside looks like. Ah, look at that. Good black amphibole and white feldspar, probably a little bit of quartz. If we put our hand lens on this, we'd see some green minerals, maybe a little bit of epidote. But anyway, this is considered a metamorphosed volcanic rock. Again, a mafic rock. We've seen some mafic rocks earlier today. High in iron and magnesium, that's why it's black. It's fairly dense, feels heavy in your hand. So it's thought that this rock started out probably as a basalt, like a black volcanic rock like you would find in Hawaii. And this is one indication that this part of Virginia is part of an ancient volcanic island chain that existed off the east coast of North America about 450 million years ago. And then off to our left here are these ledges of light gray rock. I just broke a piece off here with my rock hammer. You can see it's a very, very much different rock. It doesn't have the strong foliation, and it's not particularly black and white. This is a bit weathered. You see the iron staining on the weathering, but look at the fresh part. And it's mostly a light gray rock, so it's quartz, feldspar, and a little bit of black mica. So this is a deformed, slightly metamorphosed granite that injected into these older volcanic rocks here. But here we see them both right in the same spot in this creek bed. So this is a granite injection into this metamorphosed volcanic rock. Here we are on Route 6, Virginia Scenic Highway number 6, just east of the Rivanna River, heading east toward the village of Columbia, and we see here a beautiful old river gravel, a nice red-orange matrix, and lots and lots and lots of well-rounded quartz gravel.